Patti Smith was and is incomparable. To begin with, her work was absolutely seminal. She was the first female in punk. She brought poetry and attitude to rock and roll. What started out for her in 1973 as an experiment to make her poetry sound more dynamic ended up with her fronting a band 2 years later, which signed to Arista and released what some people have called the best debut album of all time, Horses. In 1979, Patti Smith retired from music for a while to raise a family with her now late husband, Fred Sonic Smith. This year, Patti came out of retirement to play the first live show she's played in 16 years. One of those shows was here in Toronto, and KCC had the extreme pleasure of speaking to the one, the only, Patti Smith.
My shoes are rare. They are tied, and this is something very rare. You are seeing me with matching socks, and you might never see that again. So that's with tied shoes and matching socks. I'm definitely on good behavior today. I never dreamed that I would have a rock band or be involved in that kind of work or be on the forefront of anything. It was never, my whole motivation was always to incite other people. You know, I started with poetry. I went to poetry readings and they seemed so boring and so uninspirational. So I did them myself, and I did them with Lenny Kaye, and we'd have electric guitar and we'd try to spew this poetry to get people excited about the form of poetry again.
Have you seen Dylan's dog? He got wings, he can fly. When it lands like a clown, he's the only thing allowed to look Dylan in the eye.
Rock and roll was a form created basically by the underdog for the underdog. And as big business propelled it in another direction, we wanted to remind people, don't forget who created it and who it was for.
What was propelling you at that period?
At that period?
Yeah.
Pure energy, I think. Our main thing at that time was, because when we first came, I remember, is it the Roundhouse in London?
Yes.
That was a really illuminating show because we had no conception of, I mean, as a band, we were struggling in America, and we were actually also very joyous that we even got this opportunity, and it was so exciting. I mean, it was like there were actually kids coming through the roof, and one of the kids that came through the roof was this really young kid who was like a scrawny kid who we helped him because he like came actually through a hole in the roof, and we helped him down, and he got in with this crowd. And he was talking about how he wished he could do what we were doing. And as a band, that was one of our main things, was that if we could do it, you could do it. And we really didn't at that time want to be divorced from the people. You know, we were trying to explain to them we're of the same, we're of, the same bread, and we dress alike and feel alienated the same, and feel an enthusiasm for life the same. But one of these kids, we kept saying, get your own band, wound up the bass player for The Clash. similar thing happened in Ireland. We had the same thing. We were talking to kids, form your own bands, and later I met the U2 kids, and the drummer was just a young boy in a church for wayward kids that we were performing for, and him and some fellas wound up forming U2. So
that was Larry Marlowe.
That was really our prime directive.
This is the era when everyone creates.
Yeah, exactly. I love nothing better than to see what young people are doing now, what groups are doing now, there are things they're doing now. I even like if they think I'm a dinosaur, or the work that I did is, they're moving on.
You really think that?
I think some might. I don't care, is what my point is. It doesn't matter, because what matters is that the continuum, the new guard comes up and has their own ideas and their own methods and their own ways of helping the planet and helping each other. If they can glean anything from the work that I was involved with, that's great. If they feel like they have to move on further, even better. The thing that we were really concerned about was keeping a political and artistic global communication, a youth communication. And because we really felt in the mid-70s that we were being shut down, that idea of communicating through radio was dying. And we didn't foresee the internet at the time, so... I think some of those fights, the energy for those fights, is a youthful preoccupation. I think it's important. All the energy and the anger and the excitement and the focus that we put into protesting the shutting down of those communication systems was an honest effort. I couldn't put the same effort into it now, but new youth can. I'll do other things. I'll always hopefully be helping in some manner. But some things do require that that adolescent energy and conceit that you can change the world. As we get older, it is more difficult to believe that we can change the world, but I still believe that we can do as best we can. Never really considered myself a feminist. Whether it's conceited or not, the only thing I considered myself to be was an artist. And as an artist, I reserve the right to be genderless, because I think, well, first of all, I wouldn't want to place it's a limitation to place a gender on your work. For other people, that might be fine, or they might be proud of that, but I'm not really one for deriving pride from my gender or my political views or my religious views or my race. I derive pride from doing good work. And I really look forward to a time on our planet when we don't have labels, we don't have things like gay pride, black pride, female vocalist, white heterosexual painter. I mean, you know, really, I just think all of that is kind of absurd. I had no political reason for looking like I did. I'm just, even now, I'm not really one for combing my hair. But I didn't comb my hair. I got yelled at for not combing my hair when I was 8 years old. I didn't have any political reason for not combing my hair. I've just never cared for combing my hair.
But is that innocence not an element of, in a bigger context of what the times actually want? You're doing it innocently, but then when it's put in context of the time, people say, ah, this is the birth of androgyny
oh,
or
yeah,
new feminism.
Actually, somebody wrote that about me, and I hate to admit it, but I looked at that word and I had to go look it up because I wasn't quite sure what androgynous quite meant. I had heard it used for Mick Jagger, and I thought, I better check this word out, you know.
And one day you'll grow, will follow you as you go, as you go.
I think that this record will pretty much reflect, I don't know, it's gone through a lot of changes already. You know, initially I thought that the record would basically reflect some of the things that I've gone through in the past few months. But the record is taking actually quite an optimistic turn, which is, again, sort of like the thing we were talking about with People of the Power. It's like the record started at this place where I felt, you know, a lot of different things emotionally, whether it be grief or remorse or contemplation, and it's actually making a really fine turn toward joy.
One foot extended, view of the soul, dust of the word, the Shakespeare of the tale. Where shall I live again? Where shall I live? I'm gonna get a new one.